I worked the graveyard shift at a 24-hour diner off Highway 9. It's mostly truckers, insomniacs, and the occasional drunk who stumbles in after the bars close. You get used to a certain rhythm like black coffee, burnt bacon, and the hum of flickering neon. And he came in. It was 3:17 a.m. I remember because I had just refilled the sugar dispensers and was counting tips. The bell above the door didn't ring. He was just suddenly there, sitting in booth 6. Old man. Thin. Pale. Wearing a black coat, even though it was warm for October. He stared at the menu like it meant something. "Coffee?" I asked, grabbing the pot. He nodded. "Cream only." As I poured, I noticed something off. The steam didn't rise. The coffee stayed still, like it wasn't hot. I checked the pot. Still warm. I didn't say anything. "What'll it be?" He looked up, and his eyes were the first real red flag. Not red like bloodshot. Red like brake lights. Dim, but glowing. "Do you still serve the soul pie?" "The what?" He smiled, slow and deliberate. "Used to be on the menu." Long ago, I laughed nervously. "You mean shoofly pie?" He didn't blink. "No. Soul pie. Crust of memory. Filling of regret. Served warm, I stepped back. We don't have that. Haven't heard of that." He leaned in. "Are you sure?" I glanced at the old menu board above the register. Bacon and eggs, $4.99. BLT, $3.99. But something new had appeared, written in chalk I didn't remember using. Soul pie. Market price. My throat went dry. I turned back to him. He hadn't moved. "Who are you?" "I'm your last customer," he said. "Every server gets one." My legs felt weak. I gripped the counter. "What do you mean?" He gestured to the seat across from him. "Sit. You'll understand." Something made me obey. I sat. He folded his hands neatly. "You've worked here 6 years. You dropped out of college after your brother's accident. You tell yourself you're just in between things, but you've been in between for so long it became the thing. How do you know that?" "I know everything you regret," he said gently. "And regret is the main ingredient." The booth light flickered. Outside, the world seemed to stop. No cars. No wind. Even the clock above the grill had frozen. He placed his hand palm up on the table. "Say yes," he whispered. I looked down. There was a pie in front of me now. Golden brown. Smelled like childhood and sorrow. It shimmered. "What happens if I eat it?" "You relive your choices. But this time you see them all at once. Every path not taken. Every door you closed. Every time you told yourself tomorrow my hands trembled. And then? You get to pick one. Just one. And this life? Gone." I stared at the pie. I thought about my brother. About the things I'd said. The funeral I skipped. The way my parents had stopped calling. About the years I spent serving people who never looked me in the eye. What if I don't eat it? He tilted his head. "Then you go on. As is. No changes. No answers. You wake up tomorrow. Fry more eggs. But deep down, you'll always wonder." I looked at him. "Are you the devil?" He chuckled. "No. The devil sells what you want. I offer what you could have had. There's a difference. I picked up the fork. It was ice cold. Just one bite," he said. I hesitated. My reflection stared back from the silver. I remembered being 8, riding bikes with my brother down a hill too fast. I remembered yelling at him when he broke his leg. I remembered not saying goodbye. I took a bite. It was sweet, and bitter, and heavy. The world around me burst like a film reel on fire. I was 17, saying yes to music school. I was 20, hugging my brother before the crash. I was 25, in a tiny apartment, painting, smiling, broke but alive. I was all of them. And then, I was back. The booth was empty. No old man, no pie, just the check. Soul pie. Paid. I stumbled outside. Morning had come. A soft pink dawn rising over the gas station. Everything looked the same. But I wasn't. I called my mom. First time in 3 years. She cried.